Hello everyone, it's Lewis here. I've got a good old-fashioned movie review for you because we don't get many new movies these days, and this technically isn't new, but it's new to me. Um, I just watched the Josh Trank movie Capone, starring Tom Hardy. It's just come out on Netflix here in the UK. It came out in America, I believe, last May, maybe even a little bit later. Um, I remember at the time thinking, when are we going to get this movie? But I remember seeing all the various things about it, and it was quite interesting. And I kind of knew how I feel about this movie before I even watched it, and that was pretty accurate. But Josh Trank's an interesting filmmaker. He's only made three films, which I was thinking earlier. I was thinking, what other films has he done? Because I knew I'd seen two of his films, and I thought surely he's done more. But no, this is his third film, and in 5, 6 years now, he did the film Chronicle, which I always call Bionicle, which was a found footage film about three young lads who gain sort of superpowers, and it was really good. I liked it a lot. And he did the Fantastic Four movie, the most recent one, which wasn't so good. I didn't particularly like it, and not many people did. But he says that wasn't his fault; it was studio stuff. But who knows? I didn't particularly like it. That's the main of it. And this one as well, which has been quite mixed. It's got very, very low review scores, which again I knew going in, and I kind of remember thinking this is going to be a weird film. I'm probably going to kind of like, but also Tom Hardy will be really good in it because it's Tom Hardy, so that's, you know what you're getting. And Tom Hardy's one of those actors who I feel he'll do some big budget blockbuster films, but then I think he likes these kind of weird roles that he can get into and be really physical and transformative in it, which is again is very accurate to this film. I'm not going to go into spoilers. Not that there's really much you can spoil because there's not much that really happens in this as such. Like straight off the bat, I'll say I don't think this film is going to be for everyone or for many people. It's not even really for me, to be honest, but it is the kind of weird stuff that I'm normally really into. What I do like is that it's not a biopic. It's not the Al Capone story kind of thing, because there's been over the past 100 years, there's been so many films about Al Capone made, starting with Scarface back in the 1930s when he was still alive. But yeah, I'm kind of over biopics in general now, and I like the, say for example, like the Stan and Ollie, the Laurel and Hardy film. They didn't just make a movie about Laurel and Hardy; they made a film about a specific part of Laurel and Hardy's life and their relationship, and like some flashbacks and stuff like that. And I like that. I like because I don't think you can do justice to a big character and a big personality's life in a 2 hour movie, for example. And I remember Tarantino saying that if they make an Elvis Presley movie, like music biopics have been overdone, like they're all exactly the same. Like I know this is getting off topic, but bear with me. Like Bohemian Rhapsody was just by the numbers kind of music biopic and that kind of thing. And he said, Tarantino said, like if they ever make a movie about Elvis Presley, then it should just be a day in the life of Elvis Presley at his peak. Like that would be much more interesting than trying to do his whole life. And they are making a movie about Elvis Presley with Austin Butler in, and it will be called like The King or something. I don't know, or one of his songs. I don't know. I know it was Presley songs, but that's again getting very much off the point here. But back to whatever movie we were talking about. Yeah, so originally this movie was going to be called Fonzo as well, kind of, which is Al Capone's nickname because his first name's Alphonse. And I get why it was going to be called that. I'm guessing they changed it just to make it more of a broader appeal because more people know the name Capone than would draw it from Fonzo. And also, this was supposed to come out years ago as well, and then it got released in the middle of a pandemic, which is quite unlucky. But I see why it's called Fonzo because it is more about the man rather than the legend kind of thing. It's like it basically is, like I say, it's a small part of his life. It's the last year of his life when he was basically dying from neurosyphilis, which doesn't sound or look particularly pleasant in any way. Again, I will say one of the best things about this, obviously, is Tom Hardy. Like he really gets into this, and it's a very, very not energetic performance. I think that's quite the right word, but it's a very full on performance. Like and physically as well. The makeup looks great. They get his scars in there because Scarface, and like how his face kind of falls apart as the film goes on and that kind of thing. And to start with, the first 20-30 minutes I wasn't that bothered about it. I was kind of going, yeah, maybe this isn't going to be for me. And then it gets all weird and kind of dream sequency, almost like Sopranos kind of thing, where like the dream sequences kind of reflect what's happening but also not. Yeah, it kind of goes all weird and off the rail. Then I enjoyed it a little bit more. Like I said, I'm not massively fussed about it, but I did quite like it in some ways. I did really like the supporting cast. They were great. Matt Dillon's in it. Catherine Narducci, again from The Sopranos, and The Irishman. And Kyle MacLachlan, one of my favourite actors in the world from Twin Peaks and many, many other things. They all pop up, which was great to see. Like, it had more of a diverse supporting cast than I realised. But yeah, like I say, I really like that. I like the cast as well. But yeah, I say overall it was interesting. But yeah, I will say if you're planning on watching this movie, if you're a bit squeamish, it might not be for you. It's not consistently violent, but it is quite violent in a couple of places. And if you're also particularly squeamish about like bodily fluids, for example, I'll just say that that's a warning for you. Um, I don't think it's the kind of movie you're going to watch if you want to sit down and relax for a couple of hours. It's an hour and 40 something minutes, but I don't think it's going to be one of those ones where if you want to have a good time, this is a movie you want to watch. It's an odd character study, I guess you'd say, more so than anything else. But yeah, I respect it in a way, and I appreciate it. But I wouldn't necessarily say it's a movie I enjoyed as such. But if you want to see Tom Hardy really going for it, then that's as good a shout as any. Um, but yeah, so it's on Netflix in the UK. So if you want to watch it, it's there. And if you don't, just don't. Just get on with your life as best you can. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what you thought about the film. Or again, just don't if you haven't, especially if you haven't watched it. Why would you do that? But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.